investigation into the General Services Administration, the GSA, starts today, and lawmakers want to get to the bottom of a whole bunch of different issues, including a week in Hawaii for a one-hour groundbreaking ceremony, orientation for interns at a Palm Springs resort, and nearly $1 million of taxpayer money spent for a single conference in Las Vegas. On top of that, more of your money went towards bonuses for the folks who planned the outing. And on top of that as well, employees produced videos mocking the out-of-control spending, but, well, on a whole host of different topics. Joining us now, Republican Congressman Jeff Denham, who is chairing one of the GSA hearings. Congressman Denham, have you seen all these videos?
I have. I mean, it's pretty disturbing. People in my district where we've got unemployment that's twice the national average, people are outraged that this type of abuse and fraud and actually corruption can be going on.
Let's talk a little bit about where this happened. And first of all, just give us an overview, because a lot of us didn't know a lot about the GSA before the scandal broke. What exactly does the GSA do besides playing the guitar in the office, as we're seeing on our screen now?
GSA is in charge of all of our public buildings. They're in charge of all of government's vehicles. But most importantly, they set the standard for all of government. So before a government can go spend money, before they can go plan a retreat, it all gets authorized through GSA. So GSA is the top agency that's supposed to be creating these efficiencies, and you know, they have their own private slush fund, and boy, you can see what they've been doing with it.
So there's different regions for the GSA as well. And when we talk about the Vegas trip, the Hawaii trip, the Palm Springs situation, this is all under the Western region and one director in particular, Jeff Neely. But is this all that there is out there? Is it only the Western region, and maybe there's just one guy, and we don't know what really happened, but there he is on our screen. You know, maybe it's just bad oversight by him and it's an isolated event.
It is definitely not an isolated event. And keep in mind, this hearing that we're talking about mostly happened 2 years ago. The one in the issue of Vegas happened 2 years ago, and then Hawaii, and then Palm Springs. I mean, so this is something that's happened several times now. And certainly there are 11 regions across the United States. We expect, and we know we have transcripts. Now we have whistleblowers that are coming out saying this has happened in other regions as well.
What can
but the
you
real
share
question
with us
is, does it happen?
Congressman, can you share anything with us about what else we should expect to see from these other regions?
Well, this goes all the way to the top to Martha Johnson, who just was confirmed by the Senate last year. I mean, this is the president's appointee. So one of the questions is, not only the abuse on all of these different trips and the lavish spending, but the bonuses. The president issued an executive order 2 years ago saying that they were going to create all of these efficiencies, that there were not going to be any bonuses given out, and yet we're seeing across the board millions and millions of dollars in bonuses hidden from the public.
Well, one of the things that we seem to see repeated in a story like this, and this is obviously still developing, and you say there might be other things we see from different regions, but we tend to have this sort of pattern repeat itself. Someone does something wrong in government, there's outrage by the public, a hearing is held, and then something like it happens again down the road, and it doesn't really seem to get fixed. So how do you intend to fix this?
Well, first of all, we want to hold those accountable. You know, we want the money back where it can be paid back, and where there's been laws that are broken, we want somebody to serve some time. So we are going to continue to pursue this. There will be others that continue to get fired where we can show this egregious action. But over the next few days, we're going to be introducing legislation. The big issue here with GSA is they have their own slush fund, their own private money that is outside of Congress, that is outside of the administration. Basically, when the IRS pays rent back to the federal government for the buildings that it's in, it goes into this slush fund. So all of the different agencies across the United States, when they pay rent into the public buildings fund, it sits in this private fund with no accountability, with no audit. You know, we've been asking for it for the last year and a half that I've been chair, but previous chairmen have asked for it. So we're going to create the type of transparency that allows taxpayers to be able to see this on an annual basis and have these different individuals accountable to the public.
Sir, I have to run right now, but do you think the GSA should even exist?
No. I'm actually going to make the case on why we can get rid of GSA altogether.
Congressman Denham, I know you have quite a week ahead. Tax day tomorrow, and that's also the same day, ironically, as the hearings for this. So we'll be watching news out of that, and thank you again for joining us. We look forward to having you back.
Thank you.
Coming up next.